Hello and welcome to Factorio Starting Out. I'm Accrettio. In the last episode I think we made a bit about the mining and we set up a new train station. That's what we did. How could I forget that? We set up a new train station with coal and stone. Everything isn't connected yet, but we have done what we can do right now and what we should do. This episode I will work a bit on trains, I think. A little bit more. I want the oil to get up there, of course, but we need modules for that. And the module production, let's zoom in to avoid whatever it's called. Anyway, let's zoom in and let's walk downwards. Oh, come on. Don't get stuck. So yeah, modules. Do we have any new modules? No. We don't. And we need modules for the oil stuff. Oh, we actually have 5 speed modules and we have a couple of beacons. But until we have way more than that, we can't really use them for anything. Oh, I guess things goes here. And then the module level 1s are being created. Oh well. It will all be solved. We just have to wait for some time more. Why isn't this cut? Let's do that. And let's grab everything. Oh yeah, so what I want to do today is trains. Let's have a look at the map. Okay, so we have this side where I was thinking about setting things up. We actually... What is happening over here? Oh yeah, we are missing over there, but it seems a bit strange over here, I think. Oh well, never mind. What I'm thinking about setting up is a new train station, and that will be a train station for utility trains. I need to go over here and have a look. I definitely need to go over there. But where do we want to place that station? We can't go further than this point with our factories on this side, so maybe I'll set them up over here. I was thinking about it, then I was thinking, no, let's do it some other place, but I think over here is the best place we can really set it up. So let's walk down and, well done. We are already down at this approximate location. Oh, but is there enough room? If we're looking at the wagon, this is gonna be a tricky one. Let's change to my other mouse. I realized I have my my mouse that clicks. That actually works like any normal mouse, but I don't want that really. So if we go like over here, then we go... Oh, we can't even do that. Okay. Let's get rid of that, I guess. Then let's go below and see. Oh, here we have where we can that we can use just to measure if we have room enough. So let's go from below, as far below as we can get. Yeah, I thought I would be able to do that. One more. No. I think that's good. Let's see. Okay, only one piece in the middle. Let's do the same and then turn it around over here. What way do I want it to go? upwards. That doesn't really work. This should go downwards. Does that work? Yes, there we go. How much space do I have? If I place down one locomotive and then I place down 2 wagons, they actually fit. Let's see if we have a station somewhere. There we go. Oh, but that's because of the trees. I hope the trees are blocking me from placing stations. So if we place a station over here, I don't even know if I'm on the right side, but that's irrelevant right now. Let's jump into this train and then Kenny O'Donnell's. Let's go to Kenny O'Donnell's. There we go. Just go there, please. Then the rear wagon opens up. So this actually works. I didn't think it would. So placing a signal like here would make it... Oh. Yeah, this is actually the right way to do it. Oh, this signal is flashing because it's right in the middle of the junction. That's fair. But this actually works out. So let's get some rails up and get rid of some of the trees. And then let's see what we want to do with this whole thing. I've built the stations. And the idea is the train comes from below, stops at the station, and then goes upwards. And it have to turn around here and go downwards. So I've built 5 stations, and I haven't named them yet. Let's do that together. So the idea is that we have 5 key elements to the game. One is defense. One is train. Well, 5 main things for this save at least. We have power. Trains might not be for everyone. Defense and power will be, I think. We have mining. And we have last stop, which is for oil. You could argue that mining and oil should go in the same stop, but together they require more than 12 items. And the way I've decided to build this, I should have prepared putting things in the hotbar. Whoops. The idea is that we have one train looking like this, one locomotive, a wagon, and then a locomotive going the other way. The idea behind this is that we could just create a small side track, park the train there, and then when it goes back we could either reverse it manually or we just go out the other way. So that is basically what we set up. Actually, let's give this train a bit of coal. I hate the flashing. And let's change this to defense load. I will do the same with the other stations. And let's create another station. Where do we have the stations? Over here. Okay. Let's create another station. Well, let's create it over here. This station will be called defense. So the idea is that we park the train here, we load it with stuff, and then it goes on. So we need to add the stations. First is defense load, time passed, and then we have Defense, time passed. Okay, for defense, we want it to go 200 seconds, just to stay for a long time. Actually, could we add some other thing? Inactivity, we could add that. Time passed. We could add, no, not inactivity. Well, inactivity for 200 seconds. Nah, that's a bad idea. Item count, circuit condition, or inventory empty. Could scratch this, I assume, to just wait for it to be empty, but let's not. And for the load, I think 20 seconds is more than enough. So the idea is that we have this, we set it to automatic, it will load, and then let's actually wait those 20 seconds. When it is finished loading, or after the 20 seconds actually, oh, we could actually add or inactivity for 5 seconds. So if it's fully loaded, it will only stop for a couple of seconds. Then it will go to this station, stay here for until it's empty, true, or until it's unloaded, and then it will go back to its original station. So that's the idea. Oh, now it have to go, oh, it goes over here to turn around. I'm not on tracks right. And then it goes back here. So the idea is, oh, I want to wait for a few seconds. The idea is to set up trains like this for all of these, and then mark what we want all of the chests to get, and we have to set up the wagons to accept the right number of stuff as well. We might actually not set up the right number of stuff to get for the chests today, because our factory is busy doing other stuff that is more important. Maybe 20 seconds have gone now, and I can show. So if I place a station and then I rename it to defense, there we go. The train should immediately leave and go down to this station. Oh, that takes a lot of time. Maybe we should place a signal in the middle of that. Okay, and then we can do whatever, and so that's the idea. We have the train ready, and when we want it, we just call for it. And that is true for all of these stations. What was I going to say? Oh, please say, yeah, this is still green, great. I was a little bit worried, but yeah. So that is true for all these stations, and we have this set up. The other ones will be set up. We have to figure out what to put in them. I feel there's something I wanted to say that I forgot. Oh yes, this is it. These trains will be, defense train will only be for defense stuff. Like I will be using, actually I should just remove the inserters. Let's do that everywhere. So for defense, I will only have what is for defense. That's walls, gates, different turrets, a yellow belt to get stuff to the cannon turrets, ammo and coal to jumpstart the defense of, or jumpstart the stuff on the belts, burner inserters to deliver stuff to the turrets, power poles and lights. So that's all. I don't want to do a lot of stuff that I carry with me. So for myself, I will not jump into this train, go out somewhere. I will take the car, fill that with stuff, whatever I need, and then I go out and then I call for the train when I need it. So that's the idea of how this will work. We will figure out if it works like that or not, but it's at least a good idea, I think. You are free to disagree. So let me remove all the inserters, just to make sure that we get everything set up before we start filling everything in. And then I'll be starting by setting up the rest of the trains, setting up all of the chests, and setting up all of the cargo wagons. I mean, we could do something like this to mark that this is for rails only, this is for processing units only, and we have to do that to make sure to get the right proportion of everything, and actually to make sure to get the right things into the wagons as well. I went over to the factory to have a look at the module production, and it turned out that no modules were produced. And I could get a few processing units and put them into the level 2 and level 3 assembly machines. Well, assembly machines for level 2 and level 3 speed modules, I mean. And I thought that was the missing link. But going up here, you can see that we are backed up on processing units. So that is certainly not what is causing the problem. And we are backed up on the advanced processing units as well. So let's go and see why they aren't being produced. And I haven't checked this myself, so... Oh yeah, I accidentally picked up a few of these green circuits, but I filled them in the machine instead. Actually, I have a few pink circuits as well. Let's just add them. But what is happening? Why aren't these being produced? Oh, because it is a shortage of the processing units. Where is it a shortage? Wait, what? Oh, this is going the wrong way. This is pointing downwards when it should be pointing up. It's pointing upwards when it should be pointing downwards. Do we have that problem anywhere else? Let's see, can we just rotate it like that? Yes, we can. Anything else that's the wrong way? That, of course, doesn't have any origin. Okay, I don't think I have missed too much by not having them. Yes, we do stop them over here. We just want to make sure they are going to the level 2 and level 3 assembly machines. And we don't want to get any stray ones. But yeah, they are producing. We do have production now. We actually have a backlog of stuff, meaning that we should probably create more of these ones. Let's see, do we have enough that we can create 2 more? Yes, we do. Let's do that. Oh, let's clear this blueprint and create a new blueprint with this. Yep, there we go. Create it. Put it down over there. Remove everything else. Oh! Oh! I forgot about that. Whoops. I forgot that we don't have any belts. We don't have any blue belts whatsoever. That have been annoying me for some time, but right now let's grab a few of them from the bottom here, on the lines that aren't used. Then we can do some stuff. like finish this one. There we go, and there we go. Now we should create loads of the speed module 2s. Well, enough to have a backlog, and then the speed module 3s, they will be produced as well. Yeah, there we go. We are creating speed modules again. Everything is finished with the trains. So for this first train, this is the defense train. We have walls, we have gun turrets, laser turrets, transport belts, and burner inserters. And this is basically more or less mathematics. I haven't done the exact stuff. Then we have some gates, some coal, just to get the gun turrets started, and the same with the ammo. We have some power poles and some lamps, because that's basically what we need in the blueprint. Then we have next train, which is the train. We have loads of rails, actually less rails than I wanted to have, but what can you do? We have some train stops, signals, chain signals, electric poles, one stack of diesel locomotive and one stack of wagons, meaning that we can create 5 trains. We have some coal for them and some lamps. For the power train, we have loads of solar panels and we have loads of accumulators. For this train as well, we don't have enough, but that's how it is. And I don't want to make one solar panel train and one accumulator train. That seems a bit silly. Then we have lamps, electric poles and substations. We don't have the big electric poles because they are not used. Then we have the mining setup. Oh yeah, here we have sets. We actually have seen sets before, like here, where we have one set is 3 solar panels and 2 accumulators. It's because of the numbers in the blueprints. Or is it over here? No, no sets over here. But here we have, oh, I want to move a bit. I don't want to stand on the rails, even though I know this train is not set up that way, but anyway, no, I don't want to risk it. In this train, we have sets. This is the mining, 2 transport belts, 1 mining drill, and 2 productivity modules that gives more ore. We have 6 of those sets. Then we have a bit extra transport belts. We have some power poles, some lamps, express splitter. Actually, let's move it around. This should of course be the splitter. Here we need the electric pole, and here we need the lamp. That looks better. Belts and splitters together. And then we have chests and fast inserters to be able to load it onto the first onto the chests and then onto the trains. Basically to be able to create the station. And the last one is the oil train. And as you can see, we have loads of modules in this one. Even in this one, we have loads of modules because in each of the mining drills, we can take two modules. And in this one, we're only interested in productivity modules to get more stuff, basically. So for each of the mining drills, each of the stacks of mining drills, we need 2 stacks of productivity modules. And I have tried before only having 1 or 2 mining drills, and it's not enough. Honestly, it's not enough if you're going to make one or even, well, maybe it's enough for 1, but if you're going for 2 or 3 mines, you need more than one. You need a couple, and well, why not fill up the train? This is the oil train. And there we have pump jacks. They stack at least up to, I think it was 13. Probably they stack all the way up to 50. At least that's what I went for. And then in the pump jacks we can choose to have productivity modules or speed modules. The productivity modules gives more stuff, and that is good when you start off. You have loads of oil. The speed modules, those are good when you run low on oil. Then we have loads of beacons. The amount of beacons or stacks of beacons is that the beacons only stack up to 10. But in the beacons we want speed modules. So for each set of 5 beacons we need 2 stacks of speed modules. And we have 18 stacks of beacons. That's almost 20. So that's almost, what is that? That's 4, that's 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I have too few speed modules. But let's keep it as it is. And then we have some pipes, underground pipes. We also need, for this one, we need to convert the oil to barrels. Well, actually, not really. We don't convert the oil to barrels, of course not. We pump the oil into barrels. So we need somehow to the oil train to unload the barrels into a chest. Then we need to pump oil into the barrel. We do that in an assembly machine. We pump it back into a chest. I'm getting tired. And then we pump it back onto the train. So we need both chests and assembly machines. And yes, we don't need a whole stack of assembly machines. We don't even need a whole stack of chests, although that's much less expensive than the assembly machines. But we don't really have a choice of saying one item. So we need to add all of it. And then we have some power poles. So that's basically all of the trains. I was thinking, and I started basically. You can see we have gotten 30 speed model 3s. We have loads of beacons. I was starting setting it up, but unfortunately I don't have time for it. Honestly, I don't have time. And it annoys me. But what can you do? I can only do so much. And this recording program, or the video editing program that I've got, only takes videos of 3 hours. And since I showed the full gameplay in my extra channel, I have to make sure that we can fit it onto one video. And if I started to place down, what are they called? Beacons around these pumps, around these pump jacks, and fill them with modules, I don't think we would be able to do it. But that leaves something to do for the next episode. So for this episode, I have to say thank you for watching, and we see each other in the next episode. Bye.